Morning, everyone. Parents, just so you know, on our calendar, we're at week 3, Wednesday. And I just want to remind you, because I've had a few contacts in the last couple days. Not all days are easy. Do what you can do and revisit the calendar for a day you didn't have a great day later. Don't make it stress or make it be your whole day. I know here, some days we have good days, some days we don't. At school, some days people are distracted with the bathroom or fire drills, and we don't get done the things that I have planned for the day. And we just make it up the next day or revisit another time. So keep that in mind when you're working through, and don't let it stress you. And I don't want anything I'm putting out to stress you either. Just trying to give you helpful hints and tidbits that will make this process a little easier. And I'm always here to help if you need me. Even if you work until 5 o'clock and you have a question, I try to keep an eye on my phone, and I will answer or help you get a link or whatever you need as soon as I can. All right? So don't stress. And then this next part is for the boys and the girls, so the kids and the parents. So think about it this way, guys. Remember, it's like when we have a substitute. I've said this before. Parents might do things a little differently than we do in school, or like Mr. Rounds, but go with it, and you might learn something new or a different way, an easier way to do something. So help your parents out and work with them. And if I have 2 kids, Bob and Lisa, let's say, and Bob doesn't want to do his schoolwork. He wants to be outside on sunny days, which we all do, right? And he doesn't do his schoolwork, and then we come back to school. Bob was probably going to have a hard time getting back in the routine and getting caught up on all his work and getting ready to go to 3rd grade. But Lisa, she works hard every day. She gets her work done. And when you're working independently, you can work a little quicker than we do in school. So Lisa works hard every day, and she does her work. She does some reading. She does her math. And when we go back to school, Lisa's ready to take off and ready to go. And getting ready for 3rd grade will be super easy for her. So you have to decide how you want this to go. You want it to be easy, or do you want it to be lots of catch-up work when we get back to school? All right? So that's just my little plug for today. Kids, I hope you got outside. The last couple days were beautiful. We got outside quite a bit. Today's gloomy, but I did hear the forecast is supposed to warm up this afternoon. So there's still hope for today. But I saw snow in the forecast maybe over the weekend. So, but the weather's turning. Spring is here. We know we've seen lots of signs of spring. Reading today. Read about an athlete or a sport. I know a lot of you guys like sports, so read about your favorite sport, or read about an athlete that you like in that sport, and write about the sport and why you think the author wrote that book. Maybe put some ideas in there. You know how those books work. You know what are some facts that you know about that sport, or that you read in the book. It's got to be from the book, and why you think the author included those ideas in there. That's a great fact and opinion piece as well. What are the facts in there? What are some opinions? Like, you might think field hockey is the best sport ever, but someone else might think soccer is the best sport ever. Why? Tell us your opinion and then support it. Spelling, it's 5 focus words, 5 words that might need more practice than others. So if you're having trouble with a couple of the words, check those words out and work on those a little bit harder today. Book recommendations, I've been skipping over that. I have it written down, and then I go through my list and I skip over it. So I have a couple for today. One is real easy. Noodles is a fun and cute book. This is I Love Easter for Noodles. And we had a mystery on the list the other day, and I meant to pull this out the day we had a mystery. This is Deputy Dan, Bank Robbers. It's a simple, easy mystery, but it would be one that you could write about. Easy reading. It's a quick read, but it should take you about the allotted amount of time you're supposed to read. All right? So there's a couple book recommendations. We're going to look back at math, and we're going to have something fun for science today. So, math. Let me get a marker that's not going to match the color I already have up here. So, there were a couple yesterday, because I added one toward the end about the eggs. So, markers come in packs of 2. If Devin has 6 packs of markers, how many markers does he have in all? So they come in packs of 2, and he has 6 packs. So I drew the first pack of markers, second pack of markers, 1, 2. He has 6 packs. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 packs of markers, and each pack has 2 in it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So repeated addition would be 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So I should have 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got all my boxes, and we said equals 12. 12 what? Pumpkins? 12 markers in all, right? So Devin, answer statement, has 12 markers in all. Okay, so let's see what I drew groups. Check. I wrote a repeated addition sentence. Check. An answer statement. Check. So if I've done everything there, I can get full credit for that problem. We unpacked, we worked it through, and I did see some great submissions from you guys yesterday on that. The other one I put up was about the eggs. So, find my tape here. So, I put 4 dozen eggs in an incubator. So, Mr. Rounds put 4 dozen eggs in the incubator. How many eggs are in all? So, number one, you need to know how many are in a dozen. So, you might have had to ask, but there are 12 eggs in a dozen. And there's how many? 4. And then dozen was important, which we know equals 12 now. How many eggs in all? So you could have done it 12, 12, 12, 12. That's repeated. You could have done it 12 plus 12 equals 24. And 12 plus 12 equals 24. And then taken those 24s and added those together. 4 and 4 is 8. 2 and 2 is 4. 48. 2, 4, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 48. So, and then an answer statement if you're doing RDW. So I drew my pictures. You could have even drawn 4 little egg cartons with 12 eggs in each and counted up. But Mr. Rounds put 48 eggs in the incubator. All right, so lots of different ways to do it. Remember, there's always more than one way to do a math problem, and your parents may have a great way to do one. Today's math problem that you can submit to Remind if you want, or we'll go over it tomorrow. The flowers in Kennedy's garden are blooming. Stop. Anything we need to circle there? Let's read it again. The flowers in Kennedy's garden are blooming. There are 3 roses, 3 buttercups, 3 sunflowers, 3 daisies, and 3 tulips. Stop. That's a lot of information. Let's look at that over for a second. There are 3 roses, 3 buttercups, 3 sunflowers, 3 daisies, and 3 tulips. Now it says, how many flowers are there in all? I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I want you to work it through. And that what we're looking for is draw. Today they have a little different here. Draw a tape diagram to match the problem. And you know how to do tape diagrams? Let's just get you started. 3, and these are roses. Okay? But I put a little star there because there's more than one way we just talked about to do a math problem. So you could use a number bond. You could do lots of different ways, even the arrow way, and a repeated addition problem. We've already learned a couple ways to do those. So 3 roses, 3 buttercups, 3 sunflowers, if you want to do the tape diagram, but they want you to try another way of RDW today. Write a repeated addition sentence and solve, and an answer statement. So A, B, C, make sure you have all those pieces in. And it doesn't have to be a tape diagram, but that's what they were looking for today in the problem. All right, so today for spelling, this is about where our chicks are. Remember, Mrs. Hubbard made these for me when I was just a couple years ago a young teacher. So 3 days, And this is what the chick looks like. I told you there would be lots of blood vessels in there. This is the eye of the chick. It looks like just a little dark circle. This is, of course, the blood vessels that run through it. And this is the heart pumping blood through the vessels. So in a few days, now this is very small. This is blown up bigger. Obviously, the egg is only about that big. So this is blown up. In a few days, we'll be able to what we call candle the eggs. And we'll be able to see if we see anything in there. Sometimes we have lots of babies growing in there, and sometimes you don't get a lot. All right, so we're going to see what happens, but this is what our eggs look like inside those eggs right now in the incubator at about 3 days old. So, and remember, the air sac is up there where the air is coming back and forth, and then one of the blood vessels will come up and bring the oxygen back and forth to the chick through the egg. All right, boys and girls, remember to keep working hard, and I will talk to you tomorrow. All right, have a great night.